Welcome back to Miami for this special All-Star Weekend coverage of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. From Marlins Park here in Miami is the J Sports Radio Network. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Red Sox Baseball here on the J Sports Radio Network. Today we have the American League and National League All-Stars fighting for home field advantage in the World Series. The Red Sox have three in this All-Star game. As you see, the two teams right there, Hanley, Ramirez, Mookie, and David Price, all voted in by Red Sox Nation to represent the Bo Sox in this one. And of course, some notable other guys in this one. Justin Upton, of course, a last-minute ad after Brett Gardner took the injury. Brett Gardner originally voted in, having a monster season for the New York Yankees, hitting .317 with 10 home runs and 60 RBIs for Brett Gardner. But of course, he took the hamstring injury 2 weeks before the All-Star game and is still out, and Justin Upton will take over the left field duties for the American League. Some notable other names in this one: Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs. Of course, the young duo, going to be good in Chicago for a long time. Bryce Harper, the perennial All-Star, the superstar from age 15, will be in this one. Steven Strasburg, his teammate, is the pitcher for the National League today. 12-1, 1.97 ERA, 18 games for him this year, 137 innings, 146 strikeouts. He leads the National League, 30 walks, 93 hits, and .218 opponent average. For the American League, he's got to face Jose Altuve, Kevin Kiermaier, Mookie Betts, Josh Donaldson, Manny Machado, Carlos Correa, Brian McCann, Justin Upton, and Hanley Ramirez. Not a bad lineup, if I do say so myself, full of Red Sox players, full of All-Stars, perennial All-Stars, full of MVPs. MVPs on the bench too. Mike Trout, the two-time MVP, sitting on the bench in this one, giving Kevin Kiermaier the start from Tampa Bay. From the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve leads this one off. He takes ball 4. Leadoff hitter is on by way of a walk, and Steven Strasburg, something he does not do very often. Only 30 walks on the season. Gives Kevin Kiermaier the chance to drive him home. He's off on the pitch. Safe on the steal, Jose Altuve, with 24 stolen bases this season, leads the American League. Kevin Kiermaier back up the middle into center field. The throw is off the mark, and A.J. Pollock's throw just a little late. And Jose Altuve scores the American League's first run. Kevin Kiermaier of the Tampa Bay Rays getting the start in center field for the American League. Two-time Gold Glover gets the start in the 2-hole. Check out the lineup once again. Mookie Betts and Hanley Ramirez, the offensive weapons in this one from the Boston Red Sox. Josh Donaldson, Manny Machado at the plate now, actually. Back into right center field. It's down for a base hit. A.J. Pollock cuts it off. Manny Machado going to second base. The throw will be too late. And Manny Machado, RBI double in this one. So far, the American League has 2 runs played here in the first inning against Steven Strasburg, who is having himself one of his best years of his career. Terry Collins, not liking what he's seeing so far. His guys will have a little bit of work to do here in the bottom of the first, trying to catch back up and regain the lead or tie it up here with Starling Marte, Chris Bryant, Bryce Harper, Paul Goldschmidt, Anthony Rizzo, Corey Seager, A.J. Pollock, Daniel Murphy, and Devin Mesoraco will face David Price, who's 10-3, a 2.69 ERA, 18th game for him this year, 127 innings, 251 for the opponent average, 138 Ks. He leads the American League. Adding to his totals here, he strikes out Starling Marte for the first out. He goes down by way of the K. And we take a look once again at the National League lineup. It consists of superstars. It consists of Rookie of the Year. It consists of power hitters. Daniel Murphy, check out that, 348 at the midway point. Bryce Harper having himself an MVP-type season at 358 on the average at the midway point. There's no telling how good he could be. Speaking of Bryce Harper, Devin Mesoraco calls for a pitch away. David Price's pitch is hit the other way into left field, and that one is caught by Justin Upton. And that ends the first inning. Nothing across from the National League here in the first inning. 2-0 is still your score. You're listening to the J Sports Radio Network. Red Sox first baseman Hanley Ramirez digs in, and he drives one to right. That one is back towards the wall. Bryce Harper makes the catch, crashed into the wall, and he held on to it. That ends the second for the American League, but wow, what a play by Bryce Harper. This is the game that you want to show out in. Nationally televised event. The JHash Sports Radio Network, of course, lucky enough to get coverage of it. And Paul Goldschmidt will look to get something going for the American League, the National League. David Price's pitch is hit the other way. Hanley Ramirez trying to pick up his teammate there, getting a great play, diving on the ground, but that's by him, and Paul Goldschmidt has a leadoff base hit. Anthony Rizzo, star first baseman for the Chicago Cubs, strikes out, and David Price comes back with the strikeout after the single. Faces Corey Seager, the Rookie of the Year, the Dodger shortstop, who could be an MVP before the end of his career. Back-to-back strikeouts for David Price after the leadoff single. Puts A.J. Pollock at the plate with 2 outs and a 2-2 count. He pops it up into the air, into the infield. Josh Donaldson, of course, the 2015 MVP, makes the catch, and that ends the second inning. David Price, 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. If that's all he goes. Great start for David Price, representing the Red Sox nation in a way that the Red Sox can be proud of. Max Scherzer takes over here in the third, Jose Altuve in the air to right field. That one is going to be over the head of Bryce Harper. Jose Altuve can run for days. He's around second, heading for third. The throw from the second baseman is off the mark. Daniel Murphy just not quick enough on the spin and the cut. Jose Altuve has 5 triples this year. Of course, this game does not count for those totals, but that would have been a 6th triple. Kevin Kiermaier grounds it first. Jose Altuve's coming home. Out at home. Must have been running on contact there because that one wasn't even close. Anthony Rizzo, quick heads-up play to go to the home. Got to be the only way to explain why Jose Altuve would just take off like that. Had to be a contact one. A contact. But the American League regains a runner on first, at least with Kevin Kiermaier staying on. Mookie Betts flies out to right. Bryce Harper makes the catch. And Mookie Betts 0 for 2 in his second All-Star game. Not looking like his usual MVP type self. Josh Donaldson, however, he's going to drive one to left. That one is down in the alley. Kevin Kiermaier coming around second, heading to third, coming around third. Corey Seager's throw is just off the mark, a little out in front of home. The spin tag did not work. He went by it, and Josh Donaldson drives in the 3rd run of the day for the American League.
Ball well hit, deep to right. Braun is back. It's gone.
Andrew Heaney into the game, gives up the leadoff solo shot to Chris Bryant. And the National League is on the board. It's 3-1. Chris Bryant, of course, the World Series MVP from 2015. Oh, excuse me. No, the National League MVP from 2015. The Chicago Cubs finally ending that drought back in 2015, their 108-year World Series-less drought. Chris Bryant, of course, won the MVP after leading the Cubs to that victory. Ben Zobrist won that World Series crown. Anthony Rizzo, his teammate, though, is not helping out the National League in this one. Second strikeout of the day for him. The changeup has really been his bread and butter today. Francisco Rodriguez facing Corey Seager. Base hit up the middle. Mike Trout into the game. Throw from center. Mike Trout. Oh, my God. That had some muscle on it. That was a fantastic throw into the infield, but it just was a little off the mark and a little late. The National League have tied it at 3. A.J. Pollock swings and misses. And the National League leave 2 on with 2 out. But they tie it up here at 3. Excuse me. We move into the 9th. Britton from the Baltimore Orioles on the mound gets the final out of the 9th. And we head to extra innings here. Free baseball for this Midsummer Classic. That's always a good sign. 9 does not decide the winner. It will take a couple more to take this W. Freddie Freeman into the game now. Down the line, base hit by the dive of Eric Hosmer. Mookie Betts, of course, still in the game. Ned Yost wants to keep a couple guys in there just in case he needs something here, and it's a pretty good job that he did. moving his star player, Eric Hosmer, over to first base. That one was by him. And it'll set up the winning run at first for the National League, with Scooter Gennett from the Milwaukee Brewers coming off the bench here to pinch hit. Gennett, a 2-1 count on him. On the ground, the runner was off on contact. Eric Hosmer will run over to the line, tag Gennett out, and the winning run has moved up, as that will work as a sacrifice for the National League. No chance getting him at second. Great call on the steal. Aldemus at Diaz at the plate, and that one is back up the middle into center field. Mike Trout once again will be tested. The Gold Glover MVP. That throw was cut off. The National League take the victory. Eric Hosmer cut the throw off. It would have been right on the money, it looked like. And the National League have home field advantage for the 2017 World Series. Andrew Miller in the game to take the 11th and the 10th. Worked beautifully. But the National League walk away from this one victorious. Key notes in this one. Aldemus Diaz. Clutch as you can be. But this guy right here is named your National League and American League All-Star MVP. Chris Bryant. Fantastic day for him. The solo shot to give the National League some life, and he is awarded your player MVP of the All-Star Game. On behalf of the entire crew and my broadcast partners, this has been the J Hash Sports Radio Network. Thank you for listening. The National League are victorious in this one. Gain home field advantage 4-3 is your final here from Miami. This has been Jordan Hash. You've been listening to the J Hash Sports Radio Network. Thank you for listening, and good night.